Good morning, Goenkans. So today we'll be talking about some more steps that we need to carry out while we go for the cultivation of a crop. And this is from your science textbook, chapter number 9, producing food, page number 43. As we have already discussed about weeding, and before understanding weeding, we should know what is a weed. As I have already told you that basically the unwanted plants that start growing along with the main crop is called a weed. These unwanted plants are known as weeds. Fine, they we need to just remove them, and the process of removing these weeds is known as weeding. Now the question is, why do we need to remove these weeds? Fine, so weeding is necessary just because our weeds start competing with our main crop, the crop that we want to grow, and they start competing for water, sunlight, nutrients, space, and in some sense we can say that it basically is hampering the growth and the development of the main crop. That is the main reason why we want to go for the weeding. Nevertheless, we have one more reason why do we go for the weeding. Some of the weeds, some of the plants are quite poisonous for the humans as well as animals. That's why we remove them, and that's what also known as weeding. So these were the two reasons why we go for the weeding. Now, how can we go for the weeding? What instruments we require? Earlier, it was just in classical method, and we used to pull them with the hands, and thereafter they start using trowels, which we also call khurpas, and nowadays they are using a more sophisticated machines. That's what we call the harrows, right? Harrows are the machines which help them to basically remove these weeds from their fields, right? Other than that, the farmers have also started using chemicals which we call weedicides, and these weedicides are quite poisonous chemicals which basically destroy the weeds. So nowadays they use weedicides. The Goenkans, we also need to understand for the crop protection. Fine. So we need to protect our plants not only from the pests and insects but also from certain diseases. First, we will discuss about the pests and the insects. There are a number of insects and pests which can destroy our crop, and just to protect our crop from that, we used to spray some pesticides and insecticides to these insects and the pests. So basically, these are the chemicals which basically kill the insects and the pests, and it does not leave them to destroy the production, or we can say the crop, right? And there are some diseases which can be either in the seeds or even in the crop when they are growing. So if there is the disease is in the seeds, what we do, we used to soak these particular seeds in the fungicides or the antibiotics before we sow them, right? And if the disease is after the growth of a plant, then what we used to do, we used to have these fungicides or antibiotics, we spray that over the field, and that's how we try to protect our crop. So these were the two main processes how we can protect our crops from the pests and the diseases. Now it is the last step that we have to carry out. It's a harvesting as such. Do you know, I have already told you that this is the happiest moment for a farmer, because this is the step where they have to get what they have worked for, and basically it is the cutting and the gathering of the matured crop, and whatever hard work they have gone through, this is the point where they can reap it out, right? So basically this is the time where they are getting the matured crop. Fine. So harvesting is cutting and gathering of the mature crop, and mature crop cannot be just harvested and so given to the markets. No, we have to first go few steps ahead. Then after that we have to go for the threshing, which basically is the separating or tossing these plants over certain hard surfaces so that the shafts and the pods are separated from the grains. So basically threshing is one more process that we need to go, and threshing is done by separating the harvested crop on the ground, and some of the farmers, they used to walk over it, or some used to toss it over the hard surfaces, and nowadays we use a thresher. And after that we go for the winnowing, and we know that winnowing basically separating the grains from the shafts, some plant wicks, etc., whatever the things are left behind. This is the process that make them free from rest of the chaff, etc. So removal of the chaff from the main grains is called winnowing, and this is carried out with the help of a wheel. So that's all for today. Hope it will help you